Hi, Sarah here, aka TM2TS Gaming. This is my first video for the channel, and I'm creating a house for my Let's Play. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to use the house. It might be something I use later, because as you'll see later on, I went way over budget, and of course my phone and everything is going off. And if you can't hear it outside, they're mowing the lawns, and it's too nice of a day. We're sitting at currently 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and I just refuse to turn on the AC for that, or close windows, because it'd get way too hot in here. So, basically, obviously, we're laying out a basic floor plan. And whoa, this is so cool to watch. I watch these Let's Plays, and I'm like, or like the house building stuff, and I'm like, it's so cool. I want to see how they do it, and I want to do it myself. And it's like, I don't know. I just really like how it turned out. The house itself, I end up making all kinds of rookie mistakes all throughout. One is just really poor planning and ability to, like, because if you can tell that one side is way bigger than the other, and that's not even, I need to sneeze. But I did. Okay. So it's kind of off-center, but then again, I'm not really a huge fan of the symmetrical houses. There's a lot. I think I'm done building the house, and I'm like, no. And I will say that the world that I'm on isn't any actual world. It's Quick Load, I believe is the name of it, created by Nicole Games. I'll link to her and everything in the description if I remember to do so. Then some of these little trying to remember some of the tutorials that Flabiki, aka James or Sim Supply and stuff has done. Of course, I failed miserably in adding poles so that I can be able to add like roof, and then that's like I did like that roof like 4, 5, 6 times. I lost count of how many times I actually redid the roof. So yeah, that's me. I'm usually the auto roof. I like let the roof do all the work itself, and that's like an issue I come to later with trying to do something, because it automatically did a roof even though I turned off auto roof. So that was wonderful to deal with. It's just trying to figure out how to like remove walls and stuff. It's noon and I'm exhausted. I was like yawning like I haven't. Oh, I didn't sleep. I just only slept like 4 hours last night, so it's no surprise that I'm tired. Then I played with the flat roofs. I never used the flat roofs or anything like that. So I did a lot of stuff in this one that I don't ever really do. And I learned like a fun little shortcut, and I still need to work on those. And I'm sorry if you can't hear me, or if it sounds like I'm yelling. It's because I feel like I have to talk over the long guys. Woo! I keep hitting my mouse. I have basically it's a cheap version, but it's still a gaming headset that's got the microphone attached. So I'm working with that. So there's just more playing with the roofs. Figure out which angles work best. And I actually ended up liking that roof that I used. It's just I didn't even keep it. I spent all this time working on all these roofs and everything like that, and kept nothing. And then I'm like, nah, windows, no, I don't like those. I think that was the most problems I had, is like trying to figure out how I want to do that roof. Hold on, guys. Because that's what you wanted to hear. I keep forgetting that every Monday is lawn service. So while we're doing this, and they're gonna come back through again. Here we go. Or maybe not. Oh, you need a coffee. And then I spend... There they come again. We don't even have a lot of grass in front of our apartment. This should not be this much noise. Like, considering the size of these lawnmowers, it should not take them 3-4 passes to go through it. It should take like one, turn around, come back, and then you're done. So now it's figuring out doors and windows and things that's like, because like I said, I made everything all uneven, so nothing worked right. And I end up hating it. So, and you're like giving me these door heights, and it's like, just like, I ended up liking that. It just did later on the theme of the house. It just didn't. Those windows and doors just didn't fit. I still haven't quite figured out why I use glass stairs. And then I spend 20 minutes trying to get those things to go on and stay. I kept doing that and finally get it, and then I'm going, oh, it cannot. Really? This is ridiculous here, people. So I spend all that time, and then I end up with those. I ended up liking the wharf stair. They came with Barnacle Bay, Jacob's Ladder, and then they have yeah. And then I ended up learned something from Nicole watching. No, it was James Labiki. Some supply. I don't know how you know. So that one wall ended up. I ended up with a wall that was with a stone in the center, and I still haven't figured out how. Oh well. Oh, yawn, yawn, yawn. And I spend more time doing the roofs. I'm like, I want to change the things, and I'm like, I spent so much time just fiddling around with that stuff. And more building, and more building, and more building. I learned that trick where you can drag it over and do it. I didn't even know that trick existed. And this is me trying to figure out how to adjust the shutter colors. Trying to figure out where the shutters went, and obviously the shutters didn't have an actual adjustable color, so just kind of sucked. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do that or what I want to do for. And then this is where I suck because I'm like drunken. Still end up looking kind of drunk. The drunken pathway. And then I spend way too much time. I spend more time on like gardening and decorating and stuff. And that was weird. I didn't expect it to like pop up with like a different shaped plant. Like do. spent way too much time doing all this. And I ended up liking the sunflowers. And I started to do testing cheats. I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. Blah, 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 blah. And it just went crazy with the heather. I love the heather. Which I didn't end up keeping all of it. No, and then I had that one random weird one. Just didn't end up keeping. And I was like, I wasn't even doing anything. I was just like, does it look right there? Does it fit? Does it seem to fit there? And I was like, yeah. I need to move my mailbox since I can't get to my mailbox. Then I'm like going, yeah, I still haven't figured out how that one wall there ended up. And then I realized, I'm like, oh, I still have moved that 6 on. And I spent like half the time because it's like some of these plants do that. Will lay down anywhere and some of them don't. Then I realized I'm missing a pole. And then it's like, and then it was like, it was a weird angle there, and I'm like, oh, I don't have a wall there. Oh. And with that weirdness that happened there. What are the like windows? I need windows. I'm like, do I want a dining room there? Oh, we'll turn this into a little study area, little library corner thing. And then from here on in, I did do some match stuff and everything. Some of the other stuff, I'm just plopping it in. Because probably if I do use this as a sim house, for me, it's going to be unfurnished. Because I'm going to be so freaking broke. So I think it was over 100,000. That's what it ended up going at. That was weird. Why did... Oh, there have been a few times when I had to, like, stop and take a text or something like that. And it's like... Or I get distracted. And then I work on the back patio. And then I'm like, right there, it's like it got stuck. And I was like, didn't want to go. Like, what? Why doesn't I want to And the reason it went splatter, letter across was counting. Jacob's ladder. And I loved it. And then I go with it's dwarf, W-H-A-R-F. And then I'm like, let's make a pool. I want to play with pool levels and things. And I go and adjust. And I'm like, no, I don't like that. No. And I was like, my control key every once in a while does not want to work. And that was one of those situations. I was like, ooh, I like this. And I was like, laundry, nah. Then I was like, I was doing weird stuff like that. And then like, oh, this that's it. Oh, there you go. There's some lights. The pool, the swimming rules. And I kept doing that. I was like, what the hell is it doing? It's like, no. And I ended up putting the ladder there. Really? Okay. Well, the house is available for download. I'll link it down below. But warning, I would suggest moving that. I don't remember seeing it in my game being there. At all. That's weird. I don't remember seeing it. Oh. And I realized, oh crap. Literally, oh crap. Kinda intended, because I realized people don't have a place to go. Crap. I'm like, door. I hit randomize a few times and see if that happens. Cheap. Just drag bag over. Yes, I love how easy it is to do that stuff. I'm gonna do it to the doors, the windows, all these windows. Make a bathroom. And then I like went all out. I never do this. I don't ever like really fiddle with anything like this. Like, ooh, that's way too dark. No, it's white. That one dark patch. I haven't understood that. I never understood that patch. It's kind of dark in here. So I put dark lights. I thought it kind of fit with all the window stuff. To me, it looks like a buoy, but I think it's actually a chip. Dun, dun, dun. Look, it's a bathroom with stuff in it. And I was trying to see if I could center it. I need a kitchen. Down to like that. Where did I put it? There I go. Let's stick it there. I didn't even look to see how it turned out. I'm not like, ooh, I like it. The white works. I don't like how it kind of cuts into the window, but I like getting smaller windows. And that was to I put a table there to kind of separate the little study area office thing from like the rest of the like kitchen area, since it's more of the open floor plan. It's not the best floor plan or anything like that. I would never claim that. Oh, and then this is where I'm going, ugh, I hate that stove. Oh, the refrigerator did not work. I'm still regretting I kept the stove, and I'm like, man, I don't like that. I never did the table back. Like, it looks kind of bare, so let's do this. And then I had so many freaking issues with this date. Anyone else, when you build the house, have the issues with the, where you go to collect it and shift it, and it's supposed to be the exact same, and it never does? If you've edited it in some form or fashion for not using the first original one. Because that does, like, happen every time. And then I spend way too long doing this. I'm like, let's go with everything. Done. Wait. And then I'm, like, waiting for fabrics to load. Done. And I kept doing it on the floor. I ended up doing it, like, again. So I did do that. I had to fix the floor. But if you see, I'm at almost 75,000. There, I just hit 75, I think. Yeah. And I'm like, man. Like, it's like that little one spot looks way too odd. So I was like, it needs something there. That's how I put it. Okay, so I think it kind of worked. I did it. I was like, I considered doing like no windows. No, that's a little over the top. Or went I spent too much time trying to get that centered, and it still didn't center it right. Done. Plant. Like, ooh, a hanging plant. I need that in the kitchen area thing. I still remember, I just realized I forgot to put lights over the whole section. A rule. I'm like looking at that, right? How do I... Oh, I need a... I'm like going, oh, yeah, because the wall thing. So I went to the... I fixed the roofs. And I'm like, what? I had fun playing with the pitch. It really was. I'm like, then I was trying to decide, how do I want I want like a roof over the top or something, so it's, helps with like energy conservation and stuff like that, because I'm weird and think that way. I'm like, how do I do this? I'll just do a flat roof. There we go. Like, I'm like, oh, I gotta put some more poles. I'm like, there we go. I'm like, no, that's okay. And then choose. So I wanted something that kind of matched the house, but didn't completely stand out. So that's what I got. I'm like, I did the whole thing, and I'm like, ooh. And I forgot that pull too. Really? I'm telling you, whenever I went through and did this, when I was playing it and like designing it, there wasn't the. I'm wondering if it's like fraps because they weren't there. And see, there goes those. There we go. Extend it. Okay, let's move over. That was later on. I'm like, wait a minute. Roof? You're not right. There you go. Roof. Go up, roof. And I look at that and I'm like, those are just floating. That's when I figured out that there was the issue with pull. Don't worry about what. Yeah, there we go. It's like, because see, I'm not seeing those poles now. That one missing pole and that weird ladder. Or did I dismiss it? Eventually I would do like some scroll around and stuff, and I don't remember seeing it because I like scrolled around like 4 or 5 times. A couple of times aren't even caught on video because I am an idiot and forgot. I had to stop and take a phone call. And I forgot to hit recording when I start recording back when I start up again. Now, let's make some bedrooms. I'm like, open up the back. Let's make this bedroom bigger. Yeah, I was trying to center it, it didn't center it. And then this is where I just kind of just throw stuff in the rooms because I needed stuff in the rooms. And then I'm hitting caps lock instead of shift. Because I'm having like major brain farts. I'm like, okay, let's distinguish rooms from rooms. New wallpapers. And I realized the bedrooms don't have lights or anything like that, so. Oh, yes, they do. I did give them lights, that's right. Hey, I did remember to give them lights. Let there be light! Stick some stuff out my porch. See, I added some extra stuff, but I missed filming. Because, see, there's no pole. At least I didn't see the pole. And this is, I'm like, oh, I have a flat roof. Can I put stuff on the roof? And I'm missing a whole chunk of house on that roof. Really? Oh, shit. Oh. That's a nice thing about when you download houses. You're more than welcome to edit them. If you edit it, feel free to share a link with me. I'd love to see it. Yeah, and that's one of the things. It's like that big huge bush thing is like, can I use my, oh, I can use my mailbox. That's me trying to figure out like how to get different angles.